Have you ever found yourself standing at the bottom of a flight of stairs, looking up, and feeling like you are staring at the peak of Mount Everest? Or perhaps you have reached for a simple jar of pickles in the pantry, only to realize your hands just do not have the strength they used to, leaving you feeling frustrated and, if we are being honest, a little bit vulnerable. If you have felt that sharp twinge in your knee or that dull, aching stiffness in your hips that makes getting out of bed feel like a Herculean task, you are not alone. It is easy to tell ourselves that this is just what happens when we get older, that the calendar is simply catching up with us. But what if I told you that it is not just aging? What if there is a hidden culprit, a specific process happening inside your joints that is slowly and quietly stealing your independence, one small movement at a time? In this video, we are going to pull back the curtain on osteoarthritis. We are going to uncover the 5 specific ways this condition tries to shrink your world, and, more importantly, I am going to show you exactly how to fight back. We will talk about how to regain your strength, protect your balance, and keep your freedom. Because growing older does not mean giving up. It means using smarter strategies to stay in the game. Before we jump into these 5 critical insights, if you care about staying healthy, mobile, and independent, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on those notifications. We share the kind of senior health tips that often get overlooked in a busy doctor's office, and I want to make sure you have every tool you need to thrive. And while you are at it, let me ask you a quick question. Are you watching us today from the United States, the UK, Canada, or somewhere else? Drop a comment below with where you are from. I am always curious to see how far our community of proactive seniors reaches, and it is truly inspiring to see so many of us coming together to take charge of our health. Now, let's talk about the first way osteoarthritis begins to chip away at your freedom, and that is through the invisible wall of morning stiffness and the mobility trap. You know the feeling. You wake up, the sun is shining, and you want to start your day, but your body feels like it has been set in concrete overnight. This isn't just a nuisance, it is a biological process. You see, our joints are lined with something called synovial fluid. Think of this fluid like the high-quality oil in a car engine. When we are moving, that oil stays warm and viscous, coating the gears and allowing everything to glide smoothly. But as we age, and especially when osteoarthritis is present, the quality of that oil changes. When you stay still for hours while sleeping, that fluid thickens, becoming more like cold molasses than smooth oil. The science tells us that the cartilage in your joints, which acts as a shock absorber, is like a sponge. It needs movement to pump nutrients in and waste products out because it doesn't have its own blood supply. When you stop moving because of the pain, that sponge dries out and the joint becomes even more inflamed. It's a bit of a catch-22, isn't it? It hurts to move, so you move less. But moving less is exactly what makes the joint stiffer. Many people I talk to feel like their legs are heavy like lead in the morning, as if they are wading through waist-deep water just to get to the kitchen for a cup of coffee. But here is the empowering part. It is never too late to change the consistency of that oil. You don't have to accept the concrete feeling. A simple, gentle routine of range of motion exercises before you even get out of bed can act like a primer for your engine. Just gently pumping your ankles or slowly hugging your knees to your chest while still under the covers can start that nutrient pump. Remember, motion is lotion for your joints. By making that one small tweak, you are telling your body that you are still the one in charge. Moving on to the second way, independence starts to slip away, and this one is a bit more devious because it happens almost entirely out of sight. It is the cycle of muscle wasting, which scientists call sarcopenia, but we can just think of it as the disappearing support system. When a joint like your hip or knee hurts due to osteoarthritis, your brain is very clever. It wants to protect you from pain, so it subconsciously starts to change the way you move. You might start putting more weight on your good leg, or you might stop taking those afternoon walks altogether. This leads to something called fear-avoidance behavior. The problem is that your muscles are the primary protectors of your joints. Imagine a bridge held up by sturdy suspension cables. The bridge is your joint, and the cables are your muscles. When those muscles weaken from disuse, the joint has to take all the weight and impact by itself. This accelerates the wear and tear, leading to more pain and even less movement. Research from major universities has shown that seniors with osteoarthritis can lose muscle mass much faster than their peers simply because of this reduced activity. It is like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice it at first, but eventually you realize you are running on the rims. I remember a gentleman named David who told me he stopped going to the grocery store because he felt like his legs might just give out under him. He wasn't losing his ability to walk because of his age. He was losing it because his muscles had forgotten how to work together to support his frame. But here is the good news. Your muscles are incredibly resilient, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. You can start rebuilding that support system today. You don't need a gym or heavy weights. Simple wall sits or seated leg extensions while you watch the evening news can signal to your body that it needs to keep those muscles strong. Incorporating a bit more protein into your diet, like a handful of walnuts or a piece of lean fish, gives your body the bricks it needs to rebuild those suspension cables. When your muscles are strong, they take the pressure off the bone-on-bone contact, and suddenly, that walk to the mailbox doesn't feel so daunting anymore. If you are finding these insights helpful so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who might be struggling in silence, and it lets me know that this information is making a difference for you. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe because we have so much more to cover. We are just getting started on this journey toward reclaiming your strength. The third way osteoarthritis steals your independence is perhaps the most heartbreaking, and that is through social withdrawal and the shrinking of your world. Have you ever turned down an invitation to a granddaughter's birthday party or a lunch with friends because you weren't sure if there would be a long walk from the parking lot? Or maybe you worried there wouldn't be a comfortable chair to sit in. This is how the condition isolates us. It starts small, skipping a trip to the mall, then skipping a church service, and eventually, the four walls of your home become your entire universe. This isolation isn't just bad for your mood, it is actually hard on your physical health too. There is a fascinating area of science called the mind-body connection that shows how chronic pain and social isolation can create a feedback loop. When we are lonely or stressed, our bodies produce more cortisol, a stress hormone that actually increases inflammation. It is like pouring gasoline on the fire already burning in your joints. We often think of osteoarthritis as just a physical problem of bones and cartilage, but it is also a challenge for our spirit. You might feel like a burden to others because you walk a little slower, but the truth is, your friends and family want your company, not your speed. One way to fight this is to look at what you are putting on your plate. Believe it or not, certain foods can trigger what doctors call inflammaging. Those sweet treats or highly processed snacks might be making your social life harder by spiking your pain levels. By swapping that sugary pastry for a bowl of blueberries or some omega-3 rich seeds, you are lowering the inflammatory volume in your body. When the pain volume is lower, you have more confidence to say yes to those invitations. Imagine being able to walk through a gallery or a park again without that nagging fear. It starts with managing the inflammation so you can reclaim your seat at the table of life. Now let's talk about the fourth thief of independence, which is the sabotage of your sleep. This is one that many people don't talk about, but it is absolutely critical. Osteoarthritis often brings with it what we call non-restorative sleep. You might find that just as you are about to drift off, a sharp pain in your hip jolts you awake. Or perhaps you toss and turn all night, trying to find a position that doesn't put pressure on your knees. When you don't get deep, restorative sleep, your body cannot repair itself. Sleep is when the magic happens. It is when your cells regenerate and your brain flushes out toxins. Without it, you wake up the next day feeling fatigued, which makes your pain feel even more intense. It is a scientific fact that sleep deprivation lowers your pain threshold. Things that might be a dull ache during the day feel like a stabbing pain at night when you are tired. This fatigue also makes you less steady on your feet, increasing your risk of a stumble. Think of your body like a rechargeable battery. If you only ever get a 20% charge at night, you are going to run out of power by noon. Many seniors report feeling a foggy brain or heavy limbs, not because they are getting older, but because their joints are keeping them from the rest they deserve. A simple strategy here is to look at your sleep environment and your evening habits. Using a pillow between your knees if you sleep on your side can take the strain off your hips and align your spine. Also, consider the role of magnesium, which can be found in leafy greens or taken as a gentle supplement after talking with your doctor. Magnesium helps relax muscles and can calm the nervous system, making it easier to drift off despite the aches. When you sleep better, you heal better, and when you heal better, you move better. Finally, we come to the fifth way osteoarthritis steals independence, and this is the one that causes the most anxiety for many of us: the loss of balance and the fear of falling. Our joints are not just hinges, they are actually sophisticated sensors. They are packed with nerve endings that tell your brain exactly where your body is in space. This is called proprioception. When osteoarthritis damages the joint, it also damages these sensors. It is like a GPS system that starts giving you the wrong directions. Your brain might think your foot is planted firmly, but because the signals from the joint are muffled or distorted by inflammation, your balance is slightly off. This leads to that feeling of being unsure on your feet, which causes you to take shorter, shuffling steps. Those shorter steps actually make you more likely to trip. It is a scary thought, isn't it? But here's the empowering truth. Your brain is capable of rewriting its map at any age. This is called neuroplasticity. You can retrain your balance by doing very simple, safe exercises. Even something as basic as standing on one leg while holding onto a sturdy kitchen counter for 30 seconds a day can sharpen those sensors. It is like recalibrating that GPS. The more you challenge your balance in a safe environment, the more confident you will feel when you are out in the world. Imagine walking across a grassy lawn or a slightly uneven sidewalk with the total confidence that your legs will support you. That is the power of taking proactive steps to stay balanced. I hope you have been taking notes, because we have covered a lot of ground today. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn all the ways osteoarthritis is working against you, but remember, knowledge is power. Now that you know these 5 thieves, you can keep a lookout for them and stop them in their tracks. It is all about the small, achievable changes. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Maybe today you just try the bed stretches, or tomorrow you swap one processed snack for a handful of nuts. These tiny tweaks add up to giant strides in your freedom. Your body is always trying to heal and strengthen itself. All we have to do is give it the right fuel and the right movement. So to quickly recap what we have learned. First, don't let the morning stiffness trap you. Keep the oil in your joints moving with gentle motion. Second, protect your suspension cables by keeping your muscles strong through simple daily resistance. Third, don't let pain shrink your social circle. Use an anti-inflammatory diet to keep your world large and vibrant. Fourth, prioritize your sleep to give your body the repair time it needs. And fifth, retrain your balance sensors every single day to stay steady and confident on your feet. It is a simple roadmap, but it is one that can change the trajectory of your health. As we wrap up, I want you to take a deep breath and really hear this. You are not a victim of your age. The aches and the stiffness might be a part of your story right now, but they do not have to be the end of it. I know it can be scary to feel like your body is changing in ways you didn't ask for. I know there are days when it feels easier to just stay in the chair, but you have so much life left to live, so many memories yet to make, and so many places yet to go. Every time you choose to move, every time you choose a healthy meal, and every time you practice your balance, you are making a defiant stand for your independence. You are telling the world that you are still here, you are still strong, and you are still moving forward. It is not too late to make a change. One meal, one stretch, and one step at a time, you are taking charge of your future. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these 5 points resonated with you the most? Was it the sleep sabotage, or perhaps the disappearing support system of your muscles? Do you have a tip or a story about how you have managed your own joint health? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one, and our entire community benefits when we share our experiences and learn from each other. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. It really does help us spread this message of hope to other seniors. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the science-backed insights we share every week. If you are still with me and you are determined to stay strong and independent, type a 1 in the comments to affirm it. Let's show each other how many of us are committed to aging with strength. Your voice matters here, and your health is worth fighting for. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember, your independence is carried by your legs, so let's keep them moving. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we will continue this journey of thriving in our golden years together. Would you like me to write a short follow-up sequence of 3 daily stretches specifically for the morning stiffness we discussed?